Okay, YouTube. I'm doing some videos today. I'm even gonna go on my TikTok and do some videos. Good night tonight. I've just been trying not to. They tell me to just talk to the wall and just let it out to the wall and to whomever, and then try to come on social medias and just filter it a little bit. So I'm doing that. Enough said. But Jason, he always says whatever he wants. So I'm doing it. Okay. We are all equal. Period. I don't care what color you are, first of all. Second of all, I want to clarify something about myself. Everybody has attacked me on the jobs that I've worked at because they think that I have stated that I don't like rap music because I don't like black people. And I want to clarify. No. My mother had cancer. I lived a very wild life, past tense. But I never did drugs and I never had an alcohol problem. I did have a problem with I wanted to have money and give my kids everything. To this day, they say they remember the things Afghans, movies, popcorns, bike rides, playing in puddles, the silly stuff. And that's what they do with their kids. Their simple life up North Michigan. Well, I lived my whole life in up North Michigan, so I still have a simple way of thinking. I like peace, I like love, I like happy, but I changed. Okay. And I want to put this out there in a blast, and I'm leaving it out there. I don't care. I'm going to do it all over my social media. I'm going to open up my social media now and I'm going to do all my videos and bring my ring light out, whatever. Because I hear we're going to get this stimulus, and that just makes me feel so much better. I don't care about anything about paying my rent. I want a room over my head and I want to move forward. I lost my job a month ago for no fault of my own. And they said it was because I was on TikTok and I did a rap song. To clarify, case in point, first job that I had when I worked for Sirius XM, I loved Sirius XM. My dad raised me on it, but he always had the country or the rock and roll on, period. Never ever liked rap music. My mother didn't either. Moving forward, it is what it is. So I listened to a lot of oldies growing up. Then I got to be a little older and I started listening to Mariah Carey, J Lo, Janet Jackson, Bobby Brown, Jay Z. I mean, all of them. I love it. Great. It's awesome. It's awesome music, dance music, top 40. Rap music, not so much. And it's not because of the music and the color of anyone, because I've listened to all music. It's the hate speech that comes out of their mouth about their color, but they say it as a slang, or they say about a girl's private parts, or women are, you know, no, we're human beings and we got souls. And my mother really raised me that way and always had me very sheltered my whole life. And then I got around other people in my older adult life. And she said, "You're never going to find anybody like me. And you're always going to be hurt and upset in the other world because you're not going to fit in because you weren't raised that way." And she was right. I cried all the time and I kept trying to make everybody be different. Even case in point, my ex, please be better, be better. And everybody hates me. They think, who do you think you are? You think you're better than everybody? No. I lived a sheltered life with my mother and I lived a godlike life. And I've come back to it, and I still have the other girl in there that once in a while I like to listen to, like, they had rock and roll at my house, my area the other night, just to listen to it, I'm like, "I like that." But if it got to a point where it was talking so hate speech about another person's color or, I can't. I just it doesn't seem like it's peaceful, it doesn't seem like it's loving, and it doesn't seem like it's being unracial. There, I said it. That's why I hate the N word, and I say it sometimes when I get mad and angry, and I tell myself, "I can't believe I just said that." Well, I was raised around my mother, and she was a little bit more like that. Up north, a lot of people were, but guess what? My first story I ever made was Rosa Parks because I liked little old black ladies, and I didn't care, whatever. I liked everybody, and I have a daughter who's part Mexican, and I have a daughter who's part Filipino. Okay, obviously, I liked little dark meat when I was older or younger or whatever. Okay, Aztec too, Indian, pretty dark. Enough said. So, no, I don't want to hear it anymore because I want to move forward with that realm, and I'm going to leave this on YouTube. I like everybody, and I think there's some women out there that are very, very, very beautiful black women, and they're very kind. I don't like people saying that word, especially in a song. It just seems so rude, and I can't take it. It makes my head hurt. You don't see Barack Obama saying that word. He wouldn't be running around saying that word. You just don't say that word. I don't care if it's a slang. I don't care if it's in a song. I don't like it. There, now I finally said it. And I'm a white girl and I say I don't like it. Okay. And I don't think anybody should be running around talking about a woman and calling her a B or talking about a vagina while I'm sitting in a call center. They should respect their elders. They should turn that stuff off, listen to it after hours, and they should realize I could be their mother, their grandmother, their sister, their aunt, whoever I am when they go to church on Sunday, and they would not play that around her. They would know better. She would hit him in the head. But now they're all running around mad at me, call me ma'am and everything else. So I turned around and said, okay, I'm gonna go on TikTok the night before I have to go back to my job. And I put this on TikTok and I do a rap song just to be funny. And I say, there, does anybody want to go play out on the beach and be thin and work out together? Now, mind you, I'm sick because I think I got COVID and I went and got the test and I'm sat at home to make sure I don't have it because I could be running around with a little sniffle, a little headache, a little fever and thinking I'm great. But really, it's COVID and I can go and kill a couple people. I was trying to be kind. So I got my test 9:15 a.m. I got my Uber and I went to work. And I wasn't allowed to log in and I wasn't allowed to get a badge to go to the bathroom alone. Now, the little manager, black manager, wants to walk around and make sure I get to the bathroom and get aggravated with me because you better just wait till your break time. I'm 52 years old, okay? I'm not your little 30-year-old runarounds. I've had several surgeries and I've had a rape. I have a lot of damage down there. If I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom. I even sometimes go down my leg when I can't make it. That's why I don't have any sex in my life. And I have my reasons. And I say, I'll get a doctor's note. And as soon as I said I get a doctor's note about having to go to the bathroom, I get a call that night at 7:30 and I'm fired. Now, mind you, I worked almost 90 days and I didn't get any insurance, didn't get anything. Well, they're going to move things around. When I asked him at Christmas time, are you going to give us something else to do or we're going to be laid off? Because I've done open enrollment before they lay you off with Premier and they were nice people, but they just don't have the work for you as much. And COVID's even worse. So, okay, great. I'll plan ahead. So then I went in debt for a bunch of stuff for Christmas, thinking I had a job because he told me differently. So then that happens, and then I'm called in the middle, like 7:30 at night, when I just enrolled to go to college to be a coach. We're moving things around. You're not the only one we're going to call tonight. Well, then you should have let us know that 2 weeks ago before we spent a bunch of money at Christmas. I would have held back my stimulus and I would have held back my money and I would have paid my rent. Not let my landlord sit now for 3 weeks waiting. I did pay him 150 out of it, and I did pay the 250 I owed him after the fact. But so what? It doesn't matter. I'm 3 weeks right now. So I'm sitting here trying to get $900 worth of money, just hoping this stimulus comes in so I can pay him something because I know they're not going to give me free rent because I had all that money. Well, I thought I had a job. You don't think I wouldn't have saved it? I would have. So, in my opinion, not to badmouth any job or anybody, and I'm running around talking about bad about my managers. Well, I had another job. This is a while back, and he wanted me to be friendly with him. And he offered me a couch at his house because I was running around trying to look for apartments. He said, you know what? You can crash on my couch and get your money together, whatever. I kind of was worried about that. I was like, as long as you know it's respectful, we're just landlord, friend, whatever. Well, he started to like me. And I said, you know what? That's not going to work out. And the next month, I try to go to work the next day and I say, hey, we're good. And he goes, what? And I got my apartment now. Now I got my own place. And I come in and I buy leads. And he goes, what did you do that for? I said, well, because you're always saying you don't have leads. I thought there'd be like a bonus, like a Christmas bonus for everybody early. And I just, I got some leads for everybody for a sales genie. Get out. You're fired. Why am I fired? Because this is a true story. I said, you regret this. No, I won't. It's what needs to be done. And I didn't know. He got a hold of me on social media and said, I'll pay you 50 grand a year. Just be my girlfriend. I can't work with you anymore. You drive me crazy. Everything you do, I want to punch you because I want to have sex with you. So I can't. I can't work with you. And it's nothing personal. I'll help you find another job or you go out with me. You just really said that to me on social media, didn't you? I did. At least I'm honest. I said, no, I decline all offers. You're insane. And I will hurt you. I will tell everybody what you did. He goes, I don't blame you. I'm wrong, but I'm being honest with you. I could just lie to you and let you work for me and then turn around and just be mean to you all the time. Or, you know, be honest. I said, okay. Well, guess what interview I had to go to the other day? Right over here. There he was, sitting outside. I'm like, oh, this is going to go. I walk in and she goes, well, we're just looking for someone to blend in. There's 4 lovely young girls sitting there and they need a fifth. And I was like, God has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I walk in the interview and I just sat down. She goes, you don't seem too thrilled about the interview. I said, well, I'm not mad about the interview. I think the interview is great. But the person that I used to work for is sitting right outside feeling very uncomfortable. I think that you have great, skills and you're great and you blah, blah, blah. And I goes, well, you know what? I would just be honest. I just want an honest boss. Someone that I can rely on, someone that I can work for, and this and that. And we had the conversation in the interview, and then I went to go walk out, and he just bolted the other way because he knows that I went and told everything. I didn't tell him, but I kind of basically put it to her that I want an honest boss, a nice boss, one that just wants to be my boss. And she's like looking at me like, why are you so hostile? Because I'm sick of it. I shouldn't have to go through that. I should not have to be out in the working field trying to get jobs and going through that. I'm not on here doing hate speech. I'm not mad at anybody, but they seem to be really mad at me because I'm trying to do things by the book. And I think that if women are going through, especially me, I went through something traumatic. My ex destroying my life, taking my identification, taking my identity, leaving me to starve to death in a tent, just awful. Now he's grouping up with all these people trying to find ways to hack me and hurt me. And getting into all my social medias and hacking me under catfishes and everything else. This is what I went through. Now, you expect me to not want to work from home, and then I get a note just now. Sorry, my slippers from Live Ops. I paid background to that. I literally passed background with no problem. They said, "Well, you just don't have the skills." I'm like, "Then train me. I want to do this. I'll sit at home, and you could train me for a week, pay me training to do with your job, the things you want me to do, and then I move forward instead of just saying you don't have any training. When you're 52 years old, you might not have a lot of training in different fields, but you want to work. And you don't blend into some of the cubicles because these young boys and people want to listen to that music and you just don't want to. So then you're forced to not work. Then you're denying employment because of environments. Well, I'm not supposed to fit into that environment. I'm 52 years old. So let me fit into something that I can do and give me the skills to do so I can move forward. They can have their environment the way they want, and I can be the way that I want. That's why I want to work from home, and I want to get all the skills to do so. But my point is, every time I work for somebody, this is what happens to me. I did the right thing by going to get the COVID test, and if there's COVID running around and I don't feel good, and I have a job, and I don't drive, and I'm scared that their COVID is just flying around and anybody could have it. I have a right to be afraid. I didn't say that I was denying employment because of it. I want to have my own desk, and everywhere I've tried to work, they will not let me just have my own desk. This last one let me have a desk. But when they sent me home with just this little computer right here with no Windows Pro on it, no Comcast Business Internet, and told me to go home and work from my laptop because the COVID went through the friggin' office. And everybody else gets to take the monitors home, but not me. Well, they didn't have time, they said. Well, no, you make time because I don't even know if my computer can do the equipment you have. I have to figure all this out. Well, needless to say, my computer has been 3, 4 weeks now broke. Windows is broke, keeps shutting down all the time, acting like it's hacked because it wasn't meant for that equipment without being properly put together with proper Ethernet, which is on it now. But I had to figure all that out. But I'm not, this computer is still, 50-50. So now when I'm trying to do speed tests and test to work from home, it's not passing and I'm getting denied. But I'm afraid to go into cubicles because of the environment. They want to listen to that music and I don't fit in, then I'm going to feel uncomfortable and they're going to tell me, oh, well. And if I sell change of music, now let's say this. If I asked a bunch of African Americans to turn on the country and just listen to country every day, what would they do to me? Tell me to get out. They'd all quit. But are they prejudiced? Or they just don't like that music? They don't like that music. Okay, and I personally don't like it more because it's hate speech. You never hear a country song one talking dirty about a woman, ever. You never hear a country song one talking about killing and beating and all the other stuff. I have no problem with dance music. I have no problem with uplifting rap music. I have no problem with any music at all. I have a problem with hate speech. So I just wanted to clarify that. And I don't think that anybody should be listening to that. I don't think that the rappers should play it like that. Make it be uplifting. I've heard some rap music at the church that I listen to, Elevation Church, and it's pretty rap, and it's got uplifting verbiage in it. It doesn't bother me. It's the verbiage. I don't like the way they talk about women, talk them down. I don't like the way they talk about the African American person and talk them down. I don't like it. It doesn't seem peaceful and pleasant and loving. It seems hate speech. So then I say, I don't want to hear it. It just makes me angry and I don't want to. So now the last month, I've been pretty angry. I've been saying a lot of F words and I don't normally ever swear because I'm getting frustrated with my computer. I wake up this morning on my unemployment. My address has been changed. I didn't change my address. Someone else did. I shouldn't be doing this or going through this because I just said I don't want to hear hate speech rap. I'm over 50. I've earned that right. And when you get to be older, you got kids who are 20 that want to listen to some crazy stuff you don't want to hear. You might not want to hear it either. If we even get to that point, You should just respected that and understood, especially going through trauma. Women are going through trauma. So that's why I want to build a business and I want it to be Lisa Loves and I want it to be for women going through trauma. And I want to be able to come into a sanctuary environment, listen to country or soothing music or love romantic songs or whatever makes them kind of mellow and be able to do the job and absorb all the information and get more skills if they need so and move forward with their life and have other women to hang out with and have that kind of an environment so they can just calm their nerves and they could just learn. If they were ever in an abusive situation, which I was verbally abused all the time and talked down like a piece of garbage, I don't wanna go in and listen to that kind of music about women and about love and everything else. I don't wanna hear it. And I shouldn't have to quit my job, and I shouldn't have to be forced to go into jobs that have it, and I shouldn't have to not be able to work from home because my computer is broke, because people are angry at me for saying it. Just let it go. Everybody that's over 50 usually always has their own business, or they're working somewhere in a kind of a different environment of Publix, and they're just in the deli with the little elevator music on. They're not sitting in the cubicle with a bunch of rap music. How many women do you see my age in those environments? Not too many. And these men should respect that and respect women. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with color. It has everything to do with respect. I've done a lot of dance music and now, you know what? Bust it. Bust it. That is not, that's just talking about shaking her butt. I think my butt's getting big. It's getting hot in here. It's not hate speech, and they're still talking about taking their clothes off. So see? And that song does not bother me. I like it actually. It's hate speech. I wouldn't want to listen to somebody sitting there saying, the government this, nah, neffers, blah, blah, blah. I do that when I'm by myself and I'm really angry about something that's happening. But really, if you heard that in a song, what would you think? You'd be like, wow, I don't want to hear that song again. It was hateful. So that's all I mean. Moving forward, I love everybody. I love everything. I love every color. I love every culture. Whatever you got to do it, rock it out. I don't want to feel afraid anymore because it's too stupid. I just want to move forward with my life and I want to work and I want to be in a regular environment and I want to blend in. And I want every manager to stop hating on me because they made a pass at me, whoever it was. And there's several of them. And now they want to run my name in the ground, including ex landlords. Not this one per se. He's been very respectful that way. Case in point, nobody's perfect. But I shouldn't have to keep hiding because people treated me that way. I just want to move forward with my life and be 52 years old and be an old lady and work a little job, work at Publix, work in the deli, mind my business, go home, have a glass of wine, or maybe just a big piece of chocolate cake. I don't care, whatever I want to do. But I need to have that. I never did. I did a lot of fun stuff too in my 30s. I listened to a lot of crazy stuff. I did a lot of crazy stuff. And boy, do I regret it. And I'm not saying that I'll never ever have fun again. I love fun. But that's not fun. Guys, I wish the world would be different. It would understand that that's not good for anyone to listen to, especially someone coming off drugs. If they're a bunch of addicts in the cubicle, that's probably wanting them to get in the rave party and have fun and jerk and jive and woo, because they're listening to all that. Well, I want to build a sanctuary for women that just want to just have, mm, maybe learn yoga, maybe learn, meditation, maybe learn everything there is thing about healing. At the same time, learn skills, but at the same time, they're learning their skills. They're getting on the job training and they're getting, money forward because they need it to get back on their feet. They can't live in that sanctuary forever, but they have a place where they can just heal and they can work. And there's not all that going on. That women that are like me going through healing, I don't want guys hitting on me. I don't want guys being inappropriate to me. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want it. I want to heal. If anything, that woman would probably rather just sit in a corner and just twiddle her lip if she was through something traumatic, and she can't even function at a level anyway, so she probably needs time to do anything. But if she finally is ready to work, it needs to be in a peaceful, quiet environment with a little bit of, soothing music behind her, a little bit of fun oldies or something to make her laugh, something a little more pleasant, maybe a little gospel. Hey, why don't these call centers have a little gospel in there for the people that are working? Would that kill anybody? No. So that's what it's about. It's the hate speech. And I had to really sit down today and listen to it. And I did listen to a couple YouTubes. And I have no problem with dance music. I have no problem with certain rap music. I have a problem with hate speech. Even in rock and roll. I don't want to listen to real heavy rock and roll hate. because it does. It puts your state of mind in I want to party or I want to be destructive. It really does. And if you're already really having a rough time as an addict or a weak minded soul or an angry soul or a person that's literally has an evil spirit in them, they don't need it. They're not going to heal and they're not going to move forward. They're not going to get closer to God. And that's where it's all coming from. So that's it. I wanted to put that out there. Love and light to everybody else, not hating anybody, but I just really, really would like to have my life back with my hippie love and my soul love and my Lisa loves and my 80s baby. And everybody quit thinking that it's because I don't like the color of black people. Yes, I have said things in anger because I keep getting treated badly and I'm getting mad. I'm swearing. I'm really falling away from God when it comes to my verbal mouth. But I can't take the harassment anymore. Could you imagine sitting around wanting to work places and being afraid? I'm not going to be afraid and attacked anymore. I'm not going to be hacked. I'm not going to have my personality switched. I'm somebody else. My ID is all different. I just want to be me. My mother's Margaret Guys and I'm Lisa Guys, and I don't care. I got my mother's last name. I got my dad's last name. My mother never changed from his name. She kept that name for me so she could be my mother. That's it. And that's what I want to be. And I want to be able to work and I want to be able to live and I want to have my life. And if I can't work anywhere because my background doesn't come clean in Florida, then I'll work from another state in my house online. Because that's why I want to do that. Because that way there's no gray area of if I can work. I could call up any job anywhere and say, can I work from home? Like, I will verify with Conduent and those people that they can let me work from home. But if I can't work from home and I can't do these jobs, then there's obviously no up and up blue collar blue check next to a job that's going to hire me either. My background's supposed to be clear by March 12th, 2021. And if that's the case, then the government should take care of me until then. Don't make me go into another job that's not on the up and up. I don't want to. I want to work for people that want to help people, and I want to work in an environment where I help people, and I want to be in insurance. I want to be an advocate. I want to do all the jobs. They keep telling me, go to school for it. Well, it takes time. That'll take a couple of years, even 18 months for me to get a real skilled trade. So in that realm, I want to work for jobs that help people, and I want to be honest, and I want to be real, and I want to be in a company that does the right thing for people, period. I don't want it to be just because you have something on your record and now they say that I'm coming up clean that I can't do certain jobs. Well, that's what happens to people. That's why they become broken. That's why they become addicts and prostitutes and everything else, and they don't get out of it because they can't go anywhere else, and they're weak-minded, and they don't know how to take care of it, and they keep getting no everywhere they go to try to do these jobs, but then they see somebody who's handicapped can do whatever because, oh, well, they're handicapped, you can't discriminate, but you can discriminate against somebody that's got a record. I never hit anybody. I never hurt anybody. I tossed a little wall at Key West. Don't want to get into any more of the drama because of reaction of being accused of being a thief. I flipped out, and I'm sorry, but I did because I hate thieves. I don't want to be called a thief. You can call me anything else, but pretty much, I hate thieves and I hate liars and I hate cons because people should be honest, even if it's not the best thing you want to hear. That way, you know you can trust, and everybody wouldn't have trust issues and be afraid of everybody because people would never lie because people are honest. Period. If people don't like you, don't try to be a friend. Leave me alone. Just honesty. That's me. That's my Sag and my Michigan mixed together. So no, I don't want to be accused of being a thief. I'm not. And I reacted to it. And I'm sorry. And I apologized for it. I wrote the letter. I was sorry. I did a little bit of time. And they still want to hold 12 years over my head that I can't do certain jobs. So they want to turn around and punish me and make me go underneath the black web or wherever and work because they're not worried about it. Well, guess what? I should have the chance and the choice to work. It's been 12 years. And that's why I got so mad at this last job and I acted like a freaking fool is because I had a job now and I'm working and I'm feeling good and I'm having a check and I'm able to accumulate checks. I'm able to buy what I need and I'm able to have a normal life and I feel good about myself. And they said, nope, sorry. Just because I was on TikTok a little bit when we didn't have any calls, I was just looking at it with it on a very, very low speed, looking at TikTok videos, trying to not feel so sad about the fact my ex was such a piece of crap. And I'm healing, learning more about narcissistic behavior and why they do what they do. That's my worst thing. And I'm answering every call on point. We're only getting maybe 20 calls in a day at the end because there was no business, and I get it, so they laid us off. But I felt good. I had a job and I was working from home and I could make my dogs keep quiet because they miss me. They're service dogs, and I could work a little job from home. I'm not gonna steal anybody's information. That's insane. It only comes back to haunt you. I don't wanna hurt nobody. I wanna help people. I want to help people. That's what my mother told me to do. She said, "Get out of that other world. Don't be that way anymore, and have a good heart, good soul. Be like you should have always been. You were raised differently, and you always kinda sway away from it, and you always get hurt. Don't do that. Do that one thing for me," and then she passed. And I said, "Okay." And I wanna do things for elders, and I wanna do things in insurance, and I wanna do things that are caring about people, and I wanna be honest on the up and up, and I wanna work for a boss that's honest on the up and up, and if I decide I like him and he decides he likes me, we actually have coffee 100,000 times on a fluke, and we say, "Okay, good. I think we're gonna hit off. Why don't we just try this and then still stay friends for a little bit longer and on an appropriate level?" Yeah. But I don't have to sleep with anybody for my job. I don't have to do extra different here or there just to keep my job. I don't want that anymore. That's another world that I don't wanna be a part of. I wanna work, and I wanna do good deeds for people in the future, and I wanna be respected in the community. I wanna be either a hostess, I could do that too, demonstrator, done that also, call center, customer care for health and wellness, could do that too. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with was when they let me go, I was fine with going. But I tried to tell my boss, I think something wasn't right anyways. I feel like I was kind of being watched. I felt uncomfortable, and this is kind of a good thing. Now I can find a job I really like to do instead. And she was good, and I was good. And the next minute, my phone went out, my computer went out, everything went all crazy, hacked all over the place. And yeah, someone's holding a grudge because I said that, and that's ridiculous. That's a freedom of choice, free will to say what I want about the job. Oh, you badmouth your managers? No, I didn't badmouth my manager. I stated a fact. He didn't let me log in. Didn't get me a badge, and he bitched at me for trying to go to the bathroom at my age of 52, being raped and having female problems, and degraded me in front of everyone, and I said, "You're not nice." So then he wanted me out of there. Well, don't tell a woman who's 52 years old with all those female problems to just hold it and be mean to her. You don't know my story. You don't know why I need to go to the bathroom all the time. I need to go to the bathroom all the time. So for me to work from home, it works better for me because I can take this laptop, I can flip it around, keep on the headset, and pee a little bit in the toilet and be discreet. If I get a call, just kind of turn the water on and say, "Hey," not that I'm proud of that, but if I absolutely had to, I could do that and keep calling. But if it was slow, I could take a break and hit the break button, take a pee real quick, and nobody would miss me because I'm at home real quick. But they don't like that because they want to be able to control you. And I get it. They want you on that phone. Well, guess what? If I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not in there doing the phone like a teenager. I'm going to the bathroom. And I do go to the bathroom at least twice an hour sometimes because I had a bad bladder, a bad surgery. And now I'm dealing with the hospital and the people all the time, dealing with the bills that I have from all the surgeries that were supposed to be covered on Medicaid and grants, low income, and they weren't. They're considered them cosmetics, so they charge me. And I've had a lot of surgeries, ovaries, bladder, uterus. Yeah, cysts, polyps. None of them were ever paid for. And then I had the rape on top of that. So I have a big bill, okay, and it's not right. People that have to go through that kind of stuff that are low income, they should have insurance that's affordable for people to do to have those things done, especially if they're necessary for females. And that's why I wanted this insurance because I wanted to go back in and get me checked for cancer. My mother has it, died. Aunt had it, died. My grandma had something going on with her too in her lungs. They couldn't tell for sure it was cancer, but she passed before they could even do anything. She was old. Doesn't matter. It runs in my family. Diabetes, cancer, and tumors and aneurysms.